Uh, Hello, everyone. Good evening here from Israel. This is Sapir from um, the channel of SaleFreaks. If you don't know me yet, guys, we do each week we do these weekly webinars where we talk about dropshipping, SaleFreaks, and general topics. And I'm a dropshipper myself, and I do these webinars for you to help you contribute from my knowledge and help you grow your business. So today we're going to talk about a very hot topic for sure, which is what to sell during Q4. So before we begin, guys, as always, if you have any question, any comment, any thought, you're more than welcome to leave them in the comment section below. And we usually go everything together at the end of the webinar. Uh, yeah, so let's get started. So today is October 5th, and there's no better time talking about Q4 than today. And I actually even just blame myself a little bit because, I wanted to do it sooner. So just better that we do it today. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about all the major holidays, okay, that you should know. People think that Q4 is only Christmas, but there's more than Christmas. So yeah, about that, and we're gonna talk about general ideas of of categories that sell really well this season that you can apply to your stores as well. Um, and lastly, I threw a couple of tips that I think you should know about how to handle your suppliers and all of your stores. So let's get started. Let's talk about the major holiday dates that you should know. So I've gathered here all the big events, okay? So if you don't know, Q4 or quarter four of each year really consists of October, November, December. It's the three last months of the year. Um, and we usually, we have the same holidays, right? So most of us sell to the United States or Northern America, okay? And there are big holidays that everyone should know, and those are Halloween, which is in the end of this month, October 31st, and then Thanksgiving on November 26th. Black Friday and Cyber Monday usually goes together at the end of November, and then we have, of course, Christmas at the end of December. So as you can see, as I just said, it's not just Christmas, okay? There's all of these occasions right here really bump up the sales, okay? So the better prepared you are for these holidays, the more sales you get, the more profit, okay? It's not just Christmas, so I thought you should know. So a couple of statistics for you. So during Q4, okay, um, you know, regularly, okay, not this year that we are in the pandemic, but usually during quarter four, more people are buying things online, and so e-commerce sales typically rise by up to 15 to 25%. Okay, but this year, due to the pandemic, of course, it's expected that Q4 will be even more focused on e-commerce sales. And that's because obviously the social distancing, the fact that a lot of the Western world is under quarantine right now, including us in Israel, by the way. Yeah. So, I see when I do go out for, to buy some food and things for my house, I see all of those businesses who are closed, shops that are closed, and um, you know I think the same is in the United States. um, so what other choice do people have other than order things online? So for sure, not only that Q4 is always a great opportunity to make a lot of profit, this year's it's gonna be massive, I think. And of course, money that usually being spended on socializing away from home, right, will get redirected to home and indoor activities again, for the same reason that the whole world is under quarantine and shut down, and no one goes out. So people do invest a lot in their homes, and we'll cover everything in the next couple slides. So let me just pause for a second. And you guys, as I told you, if you haven't heard me, if you joined right now, if you have any comments or questions or whatever, leave them in the comments so we can go over them together. You're more than welcome to say hello. And just so I know that you're here with me. I mean, I can see people are watching, but if you can leave a comment, that would be nice. Okay, yeah, moving on. So after we've understood what holidays we have, I want to talk about really more details on each and every one of them, and really what you can sell and be prepared. Okay, so I want to lay out for you the big strategy first. Okay, so just because it's Q4 right now and there are holidays every 2 weeks, it doesn't mean that 100% of your stores should be items for the holidays, right? You should definitely keep some percentage. I think 70%, but you can do whatever you want. 70% of the items in your store should be quote regular items, right? Whereas 30% could definitely and should definitely be dedicated to holiday products. Now, what are regulars items, you're asking yourself? Well, those are just items that match the new trends that COVID-19 brought with it, and we'll cover it in a bit. Obviously, there are some categories which are irrelevant right now. For example, uh, you know, traveling, right? Outdoor equipment, right? Um, Other fall activities like hunting, right? So it's all about indoor activities right now. Yeah, so you should definitely ride these trends, okay, and not neglect the fact that we're the seasons are changing. You can start listing fall and winter items. Excuse me, and of course just things that matches the new reality of us all, okay, and we'll talk about it in a bit. So don't neglect these, and of course 30% should be items dedicated to holiday products, because don't miss out on them, right? Oh, you see, I even put an explanation here. I forgot I put it. um, yeah, so regular, again, in quotes, regular items, right? Since people go out less, try to think on, home or indoor related products. You can't go wrong here. Everything that's related to these really things right here, you can't go wrong with it, okay? They will sell for sure. And when I say holiday items, which we'll uh, cover in a minute, I want you to understand the essence of each holiday and start listing items that match about a month and even a month and a half beforehand. Okay, so it doesn't mean that it's too late to start selling items for um, Halloween if you haven't started already. Okay, but it's, people have already started selling. So if you list Halloween items right now, yes, you will probably get some sales. But if you have started listed them back in September, it would be even better. Okay, so don't worry and don't get discouraged. Just think about the holidays ahead and start planning for them right now. Okay, so for example, Thanksgiving, right? That we said is on November 26th, right? So you could say that now or even next week would be a good time to start listing items that are relevant to this holiday, okay? And this way you can start early and catch the early birds, right? Early birds that start shopping early for these holidays, right? Okay, so again, I wanted to show you really what are good categories to focus on, right? Before we move on to holiday specific categories, I wanted to show you, when I talked about regular items, what you can focus on. So I told you to focus really on indoor and home categories, right? So check this out, right? Since the COVID-19 started, these right here are the growth percentage of each category since the start of the pandemic, right? So check this out. Food and groceries um, have risen to 600%. That's insane. Which makes sense because people don't want to get out of their houses. It's not safe. They're afraid, blah, blah. So they shop online, right? Now, I'm not saying you should you should sell food items. I personally don't like this, but there are maybe sometimes there are a couple of like maybe tea or more of a dry stuff, right? That you can sell. Uh, but I'm less fond of this category. I'll tell you the truth. But this category right here, home and garden, is an excellent category. Also grew by 300%. And by home and garden, I mean everything. I mean it's a huge category, as you might imagine if you're sometime spend some time in this business, right? It's everything from home improvement, um, furniture, decoration, um, garden equipment, um, garden seats, everything. Okay, fire pits. Now that we're changing seasons again. Okay, so it's a huge category, and people are in their houses all the time, or in their homes all the time. Um, you know, they suddenly feel the urge to rejuvenate and redecorate and spring some life into their homes. So I definitely sell a lot of this category. It's great. Pet care, of course. Uh, dry food for pets. Snacks. Colors, combs, all that kind of stuff. Games and leisure is also a huge deal. Again, grew by 300% since the start of the pandemic, and makes sense when you think about it, right? Because again, people are stuck inside, indoors, and what better way to kill time than just play games, right? So I would go for more traditional toys and games, right? I don't sell digital stuff like computer games. I don't. It's too risky if you don't like it. But more traditional games. So I got to sell like a pool table a couple of times, and board games. Uh, you know, um, plush toys, right, for little children, all that kind of stuff really goes. Clothing and apparel, flowers and plants, again, is a part of the decoration that people like to do in their homes right now. Health and beauty, again, not a great niche. I personally, I always talk from personal experience. Me personally, don't like this niche as much because it usually involves with lotions, creams, uh, people things that people need to digest or rub on their skin, and you can never know how it affects different people. So I don't do health and beauty. Um, but yeah, books neither. I don't do either. But arts and crafts also a huge thing. Um, Everything from do it yourself. Um, you know, it's not just like crayons and paints for kids, right? If that's what you've imagined, it's all sorts of um, like redecorations and do it yourself. People like it. Carpentering. So all of these are activities that people do in their homes, and it's a great all of those are great niches to really put into and look for items. So, for example, I can tell you what I do, what my VA does actually, is just, for example, if I list items from Amazon or Walmart, it's very easy because you just tell your VA to use the locator, right? And then go through each of these categories on Amazon or Walmart, and then do also the subcategories in each category, right? And just take the URLs from each subcategory and run them in the locator, and then just list the items as they are. Okay. Obviously, if you want to go for more more manual research, that's fine too. But that's just how I do it. Okay, so we've talked about we said that 70% should be more of a general items, and here you have a lot of ideas to get you inspired. And now let's talk about the 30%. Okay, 30%, which are should be now dedicated to different holidays. So guys, if you haven't started listing items for Halloween, I want you right at the end of this webinar to log into your SaleFreaks user and start listing items right now. Okay, if you use American suppliers like Walmart and Amazon, of course, it's more easy because shipping times are much shorter, right? If you use Chinese suppliers like AliExpress or Banggood or China brands, it could be a little late. Okay. For example, last week we talked about AliExpress, right? So if you watched this webinar, great. If you don't, watch it. It was a great webinar. We talked about how to find and really how to handle AliExpress as a supplier for dropshipping. And so, for example, uh, the Chinese themselves have like a holiday, a Chinese holiday, all this week, and I think, yeah, this week. So most of them weren't even at work, right? And even if they did, it still would take a month to ship an item from China to United States if you use the AliExpress standard shipping. So if you list items right now, it could be a little too late, right? Because you don't have a month. People won't order an item from China right now when they see that it could come, they could miss Halloween. So maybe for Halloween, because it could be too late, maybe for Halloween, just try to focus more on American suppliers, right? And then for the next holidays to come, you can also include items from the Chinese suppliers, right? So let's check what we can explore for Halloween. So, I feel stupid even writing this sentence like, what is Halloween? Is is there anybody who doesn't know what Halloween is? Shame on you if you don't. But Halloween is like the spooky holiday, right? Um, yeah, we're not gonna make it a history lesson. We'll just say it's like all about scary things, right? Everyone loves to dress up and have like uh, uh, parties, right? With everything from um, costumes, right? Scary costumes, not even not so scary, but usually more of a scary things. Masks, and I don't mean facial masks like we do with against the coronavirus. I'm talking about like costume masks, right? Um, jack o' lanterns, which are stuffed pumpkins, right? Like lantern pumpkins. All kinds of scary decorations, skulls, skeletons, witches, bats, you name it. Um, party supplies, right? So even like uh, you know tablecloths and table runners and all of these sort of decorations. Obviously, candy and snacks, right? Um, Halloween makeup, baskets, right, for trick or treat. All of this you can just go ahead and look them up. Okay, so once you understand the essence of the of holiday, then you can come up with ideas of items to list, right? So if you list a couple of each of these of these categories, you can go wrong, something will sell, right? So you can just right on Amazon or on Walmart, like Halloween costumes, Halloween masks, Halloween jack-o'-lanterns, Halloween scary decorations, okay? Halloween skull decorations, Halloween witches decorations, okay? Halloween candies, and whatever you come up with, just grab the URL and put it in the locator and you'll be fine, okay? Don't forget to use the not speed search, but use search and compare um, feature, and this way you'll be able to filter out only the best items that sell, and yeah, you'll be okay. Okay, let's talk about Thanksgiving. So this one is a little bit harder, let's call it to grasp, than Halloween because it's not that obvious, right? But it is widely celebrated across the Northern America, so United States, Canada, also a few other countries. And to prepare for this holiday, you should focus a lot of kitchen products, right? And all things related to turkey or Thanksgiving accessories, right? People wear funny hats in the shape of a turkey or a pumpkin, and they wear like like ties and um, like all that kind of stuff. Thanksgiving food, which is like a lot of cans, right? You can correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. Obviously, I never had I never celebrated Thanksgiving before, so those of you who did, you can correct me on this. But Thanksgiving food, right? A lot of cans, a lot of fruits, right? Dry food, right? Um, Party supplies, because again, people make it a celebration. So again, everything with the theme of Thanksgiving, which is all about turkeys and thanking the earth for the crops and so on. So just go on and again go to your American suppliers and search all of these with the word Thanksgiving before it, like right Thanksgiving kitchen products, and see what you come up with. A lot of knives, right? Let's talk a little second about knives. While knives is usually against eBay's policies, right? It breaks the weapon policies. We're not talking about hunting knives here or assaulting knives. We're talking about kitchen knives, right? So as long as your title, uh, if you sell knives, as long as your title says it's a kitchen knife, it's a butcher's knife, whatever, you'll be okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is for Thanksgiving, and you can start listing items right now, okay? Because there are people who don't wait to the last minute to start buying. So you wanna catch those early birds, guys. Okay, Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Um, what is the essence of Black Friday and Cyber Monday? Well, the essence of those holidays are that everything is on sale, right? While Cyber Monday is more about electronics, right? Um, if we look at them together, we can say they don't have really a special theme to them. The special theme is just that everything is on sale. This is the purpose of Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So buyers expect discounts on everything, and this is what you have to understand, okay? Because people are so eager to sell, and they know they will sell because really anyone sells on Q4. Okay, there's so many such a high volume of online shopping, okay, that you cannot have some piece of the pie, even if it's a little one, okay? So people go and just raise their prices to make the highest profit as possible, but you have to understand that around these two, people expect discounts, okay? So what you have to do is you have to sell the regular seasonal items at a lower price. Yes, I said lower price, and obviously lower profit. But but guys, you should take into consideration that you will make up for it with the volume that you will sell. Okay? So while yes, you will make less profit out of each sale, you will make a lot of sales. So in the end, when you add it up, it will be worth it for you to lower the price just to compete with your other competitors, right? Because if you decide that you're not willing to, forfeit your, I don't know, 20% profit or whatever, you won't be able to compete with your competitors, and you just won't make sales because people would much rather buy from someone who has the lower price. Okay, so it's a good time to sell a little bit more of expensive products. Why? Two reasons. A, people have already spent a lot of money in Halloween and Thanksgiving, and they will spend a lot of money on Christmas, and so they feel like they can spoil themselves a little bit more with things they wanted for a long time, but they haven't, acted upon it because of price. So things like bigger furniture or more expensive electronics. So people like to, spoil themselves. That's one. And two, since we just said that we want to lower the prices, right? Profits are still a percentage, right? So if you sell more expensive products, in the end, you will make more dollars in profit, right? Because if you lower your percentages to, let's say, 6 or 7%, okay, and you make those 6 or 7% out of a $100 item, it's better. It's still, in dollars, $6 or $7 per sale. It's still a magnificent amount of profit. Okay, compared that if you would have made those 5%, 6, 7% out of a $20 item, right? So go back to the category list that I gave you, this one right here, okay, and find good items. Add a little couple of electronics to it, okay. Just make sure that the product that you're picking has a really high ranking, okay. I would say even 4.7, 4.8, because you want to make sure that whoever sells it, whoever ships it, right, whether it would be someone from Amazon or Walmart, it ships they ship it good, okay, so it doesn't break in the shipping process, okay. Yeah, so this is about Black Friday and Cyber Monday. You should lower your prices, and then afterwards, of course, you can raise them back up for Christmas, which is the cherry on top of the ice cream, right? People in the spirit of Christmas shop for gifts for the loved ones, okay, and to prepare for this holiday, focused a lot on toys and games, which is a very strong category in Christmas. Just as last year, I sold like a remote control car. It was a simple remote control car, nothing fancy, but I sold like I think 4 or 5 units of it every day. Every day, it was great. It was a great product. So uh, people, buy gift for their kids. So toys, games, Santa Claus related products, right? People like beanies, hats, scarves, pajamas, socks, right? All kind of ornaments for your tree and trees. Of course, warm clothing, okay, because we're getting deeper and deeper into the winter, we could say. Okay, so warm clothing, people like it. Gloves, scarves, party decorations, okay, a lot of shiny things, right? Um, String lights, string leads, all that kind of stuff. So again, you know what to do by now, right? You go to Amazon or Walmart, or I don't know if you use Home Depot, also good for this. And I'm sorry, guys, I keep going to those three. Those are the ones I use the most, right? Of course, if you use last year, I also used Costway. This is where I got the remote control car from, the one that I sold 4 or 5 times a day, right? You can go for any American suppliers and just look for these, okay? And whatever you find, if it's from Walmart or Amazon, you can use the locator. If it's for other suppliers, you'll have to do it manually, but just grab the URL and you can list them through the listing wizard. Okay, guys, and I'm pausing for a second just before our last topic for today. Again, just to see your comments. And I'm not seeing enough. So we don't have much left. So if you have anything to say, this is the time, guys. And lastly, I want to talk about how to handle suppliers and stores. Okay, not just suppliers, but also your stores during Q4. So I want to share with you some lessons I've learned from last year. Okay, and this is even like the first row, the first line right here, which is, please check your suppliers history and behavior on previous Q4s. Okay, a little change in shipping policy may be required. Why do I say that? Because I learned that, for example, again, it could change, I don't know, I'm telling you from my last year's experience. Amazon were late. So, you know, we always work with Prime products, right? Expecting they will arrive within 2 to 4 days, right? Business days. but they didn't. Okay, and it took us a while um, to get the tracking number. Now, I'm not saying it it starts happening right now. It happens more towards Christmas. Uh, for sure, Christmas. It's really like it's such a high load of volume of sales. It's insane, and I can imagine they have a lot of pressure on them to fulfill all of those orders, right? And so it's okay. Not that it's not okay. It's okay. They will fulfill the order. They just take a little time. And in order to avoid um, delays on eBay and angry customers because everyone is anxious and eager to get their product fast, what happens if especially Christmas, right? Those are gifts for other people, right? So people, uh, if they're usually forgiven, if something is a little late, they won't be forgiven now because they're they'll get anxious that the item may not even get to them, and they start to open item not received cases and messages and so on. So just make sure that even if you have to uh, you know, add a little of handling days that you do that. Okay. So right now for Amazon, I work with 3 handling days, but I do believe that I will have to make it 4 or 5 for sure. And yeah, and Walmart as well. Okay, Walmart were even worse. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. Okay, and should I have investigated it before I listed items? Maybe I would decide not to list items from Walmart, for example. Okay, because Amazon also have a great variety and they're not so late like Walmart. Okay, so I'm not I'm not telling you anything. Okay, I'm just telling you to run a search. Okay, nowadays you have all of those Facebook forums. You have um, people with experience you can look for old posts from this time of year, but last year. Okay, by the way, while Walmart and Amazon really they had a lot of delays, uh, Costway really never had a delay, like a clockwork. On the third business day, they would give you a tracking number. So you guys, if you want to check Costway, you should definitely do that. I really like them. They're a great supplier for dropshipping. They have dropshipping program where you get 3% off of each order. It's like a built-in cashback. You don't even have to use a cashback. They won't let you, but it's 3% guaranteed. So why not, right? And they were never late, never late. So I'm very pleased with them, and I'm definitely gonna use them for this year. Um, yeah. So this was one very important tip about suppliers. And of course, keep a competitive price. It'll be worth it when the sales volume increases. Okay, so don't worry so much if you make only 6, 7, 8% profit. That's decent profit. Okay, if you're not competitive, you may make more profit per sale, but you will end up losing sales. So in the overall, right, you'll make less profit overall. Make sure you have trained VAs for customer service because you will have a lot of customer service. Yeah, I believe so. Again, because people are so anxious, they're so worried, that things might um, the products won't show up or whatever, and they're less forgiven and more inclined to sending messages and just have a VA that takes care of everything. Okay, because uh, even though that eBay said they would be forgiving uh, due to the pandemic and allow more delays, I don't trust them, and I don't wanna get to below standard. I don't wanna get defects. I don't want any of it. Okay, so have someone trustworthy on the customer service. And one more thing regarding your eBay store's health: deal with purchase issues sooner rather than later. Okay, make sure you always got balance loaded in SaleFreaks if you use the managed accounts, right? Why do I say that? Because inevitably, uh, you will get purchase issues, right? And we said that most purchase issues really are due to out of stock, right? But they also come back in stock really quick this time. Okay, this time of year is really volatile. Okay, items go out of stock, but they go back into stock very quickly. Okay, so in order to avoid as many cancellations as you possibly can on your eBay store, try to really look at the purchase issues every day, even twice a day. Maybe have your VA do it, okay? And just push, click on place all orders, right? And then you just push the orders again in bulk, right? uh, twice a day, just to see if the item is back in stock, and maybe the item will, the order will get fulfilled this time. Okay, and please make sure you have enough balance, because there's no worse purchase issue than one caused by insufficient balance. Okay, because by the time you remember to load balance, the item could get out of stock and it was completely unnecessary. Okay, so just make sure you have balance. um, or any other available payment method that you use for other suppliers, and check your purchase issues very, very closely. Okay, you have to maintain the health of your account. Okay, so everything, all the tips I gave you here is for the sake of your eBay store's health. Okay, because uh, it, it's not, I mean, everyone can make a profit on Q4. As I said, it's not a big deal, right? The big deal is maintaining your store after Q4, right? So you want to make sure you don't make like a blow, like a huge profit at once, and then eBay will shut you down, will suspend your store. Okay, so just uh, you know just take a good look at your store, and yeah, that's it. Okay, guys, before we get on to your questions, let's recap. Yeah, so know the major holiday dates and start listing appropriate items about a month or even a month and a half before. Don't neglect regular items in favor of holiday items, especially hot categories that get more traction during the COVID-19. If you don't remember, just rewind this webinar and you can see the list of categories that we talked about. Okay, and make sure your policies are in check and that you have good customer service reps. Okay, this is for the sake of your store's health. Okay, guys, and this was everything I have to say about Q4. And right now, let's go together to Facebook and let's check your comments. So, Rob, hi there, and Michael, and Bradley, and okay, so everyone say hi, but no one asks questions. So let's see what Sam has to say. Can you suggest profit margins to use? Unfortunately, I can't. Not because it's a secret or anything, but just because it's very dependent on a lot of things. So, for example, for Chinese suppliers, I definitely use higher profit margins because the items are cheaper, and also I have cashback, right? So, for example, there's that, and for American suppliers, it's really diverse. I mean, it's really different from supplier to supplier because, for example, uh, Walmart and Amazon are very competitive, and they both have abandoned the cashback since the pandemic started, right? So, for example, uh, let's compare it to Costway, which I told you that I like, right? Costway, for example, give me um, built-in 3% cashback on each order, right? So technically, I can put, let's say, 7% up front-end margin, but I actually make 10% profit margin, you see, because I have those 3% cashback they give me on each order, right? Because I'm part of their dropship program, right? And so I put, when I work with a Costco, I put 7%, right? And when I work with Amazon or Walmart, which don't give any cashback at all, right? If I put 7%, I don't have anything to back it up with. So it's actually just those 7%. And then comes the question whether or not I'm happy with those 7% or I want more. So I can't really answer it. It just depends on how many cards you have on your back end, if you have any coupons or cashbacks or all that kind of stuff. Discounted gift cards, I don't know. American, Chinese, it's really a big question to answer. um, you should know your suppliers and then just make a decision according to it. And of course, don't ignore your competition. Not that I'm saying that you always have to be the lowest price, obviously, but you can't ignore your competition. So just as an example, okay, if everybody uses discounted gift cards for Walmart, okay, and so on the front end it seems like they're losing, and you put 20% on the front end, don't expect to make a lot of sales from Walmart, right? Because you're not as competitive. Okay, so you always have to take this into consideration as well. And thank you, Barbara, for reminding me to mention something very, very important. uh, as of tomorrow, I believe, we're starting with a huge sales, right? Huge, just promotions and sales for you guys to enjoy um, uh, due to the holidays. And Barbara will post all of the sales tomorrow. Uh, it involves a lot of discounts and all of that good stuff. So stay tuned and check her post tomorrow. And if this is everything for today, I want to thank you for your time, guys, and I will see you next week. And if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to leave them here. I'm always checking those comments later. And if you have any ideas you want me to talk about, to cover for future webinars, that's also very welcome. You can write to me in private or just in a comment or in a post in the group. That's fine too. And thank you, guys, and have a great rest of the day.